Understanding genetic hearing loss and mutations. Imagine your genes as tiny instruction manuals that tell your body how to grow and work. Sometimes, these instructions have changes or mutations that can affect how your ears develop or function. That's what causes genetic hearing loss. It happens when mutations in specific genes disrupt the normal development of the auditory system, leading to partial or complete hearing difficulties. These genetic changes can be inherited from your parents in different ways, and they are mainly categorized into two types: non-syndromic and syndromic hearing loss. Most cases of inherited hearing loss are non-syndromic, which means the hearing loss occurs without other health problems. About 70% of inherited hearing loss falls into this category. Usually, it's inherited in an autosomal recessive pattern, which means a person needs to inherit two copies of the mutated gene, one from each parent, to have hearing loss. If only one copy is inherited, the person is a carrier and usually does not have hearing issues. In about 20% of cases, the inheritance is autosomal dominant, meaning just one mutated gene from one parent can cause hearing loss. Less commonly, non-syndromic hearing loss can be inherited through X-linked or mitochondrial patterns, which involve different genetic mechanisms. Many genes have been linked to non-syndromic hearing loss. The most common one is GJB2, which encodes a protein called connexin 26. Mutations in GJB2 are responsible for up to half of autosomal recessive non-syndromic hearing loss cases. Other genes like GJB6, KCNQ4, and TECTA also play roles, but some mutations are rare and may only be found in specific families or populations. X-linked forms are quite rare but involve genes like PU3F4, which can cause particular types of hearing loss. Syndromic hearing loss is different because it's part of a broader syndrome that includes other health problems. For example, mutations in the SLC26A for gene can cause Pendred syndrome, which features hearing loss along with thyroid issues like goiter and inner ear malformations. Other syndromes include Usher syndrome, which combines hearing loss with vision loss, and Stickler syndrome, which involves hearing problems along with connective tissue abnormalities. Mutations in these genes can affect different parts of the ear or related pathways. Some disrupt the tiny sensory hair cells in the inner ear that detect sound, while others interfere with ion channels or proteins needed for transmitting sound signals to the brain. This disruption can result in varying degrees of hearing loss, from mild to profound, and the severity can sometimes worsen over time. Thanks to advances in molecular genetics, scientists can now identify specific mutations causing hearing loss. Genetic testing can help confirm a diagnosis, predict how the hearing loss might progress, and assist families in planning for the future. For example, screening for GJB2 mutations can tell at-risk parents whether they might pass on hearing loss to their children. It's important to remember that genetic hearing loss can vary widely. Some people are born with it, while others develop it later in childhood or even adulthood. Because of this variability, personalized medical evaluation and genetic counseling are crucial. They help individuals understand their specific situation and make informed decisions. Remember, if you or your family have a history of hearing loss, consulting a healthcare professional or a genetic counselor can provide tailored guidance and support. In summary, genetic hearing loss results from mutations in many different genes, either causing hearing loss on their own or as part of a syndrome. Understanding these genetic factors helps improve diagnosis and management, emphasizing the importance of professional medical care and genetic counseling for those affected.